So you'll definitely have that energy that keeps you on track and helps you stick to the plan, eye to detail, eye to consistency, a sense of just knowing what to do from each timeline that is given and consistently meeting each requirement that is needed for you with your physical body every day of the week, and consistently achieving the goals that are set, that long term end up getting you to where you need to be, and helps you sustain your quality of life here. So also with the 6th house being ruled by Virgo, the opposing energy here is just going to kind of test you to not be too tyrannical, and also your energies that could oppose you aren't going to be quite as strong as you. So it's definitely, the road has been laid out for you as an Aries Ascendant, and there's not going to be too many hard obstacles in your way here with the 6th house being ruled by Virgo, because Virgo, mutable earth, you're definitely going to be able to mold the physical element of earth to work out pretty much in your favor here. So the only thing that could kind of throw you off track with Virgo ruling your 6th house is needing to be careful of mismanaging your own energy and using it in a too forceful of a way that could backfire on you. Like I said earlier, being too tyrannical. So, and also with Virgo ruling your 6th house, just having too many things on the list to do, because you're going to definitely meet the expectations of your schedule, and you're definitely going to check off a lot of, the things on your to-do list throughout your days and weeks and your schedule. So this is kind of just narrowing down or coming to terms with what is needed and not being too much of an overachiever, because even though it's a good thing to overachieve, sometimes you have to think about, mutable earth, the 6th house, you have to think about your health and your body. And, with this energy, you could push yourself too much here, or have too much on your plate, too many expectations, be too perfect with what you want to get done and achieve, and going too far to an extremity with all of these goals and desires and expectations and so forth and so on. So kind of just limiting your own natural powers of dominance and of goal achieving to a bare minimum sometimes. So your body can have a break, and your mind. So then we move to the 7th house, which is the partnership sector, and its natural ruler being Libra. Libra rules your 7th house here. This is where you find the balance, because you are such a self-motivated sign. It is a lot of the time about what you want to do, and you don't mean to be this way. It's just you're the leader here, and you have this natural childlike innocence to you that's curious to want to, just dominate with the energy and take others on the ride with you. So Libra comes in and helps balance out this energy for you, and that's the kind of partners and you attract, and that's the shadow side and your oppositional energy that you mirror and that you're drawn to, but that also you're opposed by. So with Libra ruling your 7th house, you're definitely going to always want to feel this need to bring things back into balance, because sometimes this is why you feel so alone, Aries, and you need to go off and be by yourself and reflect, because you're out of sorts with yourself, because there's a sense of being so far ahead that you look around and then there's nobody else there. So sometimes you have to slow down a bit and get on the same page with others and keep that balance there. Allow others to catch up with you and go at their pace sometimes, and allow others to take the lead sometimes. And not only be a good leader, but also a good so-called follower or a good supporter of others. Because I know you like to take charge and take the lead anyways, and you don't really see it any other way. But in order to gain this balance and, keep others around you, you'll want to be a good supporter of others, which is a skill set in its own, that you can look at it in that way, and you can achieve that ability to be personable and to respect others' boundaries, and respect that balance does come in by supporting others and almost going at their pace and not going too far ahead and leaving them behind. So with Libra, this, being ruling your 7th house, it gives you that ability to bring your own energy into balance, because you'll want feedback from others. You'll want the relationship to reflect how you are motivating others, because like earlier I said, you like to be a good trainer. So you are going to want the scales to be balanced in order to keep people around you, because you're going to want the interaction with others here, and you want to help bring out the best in others as well. So you're going to want to coach and train and help kind of bring other people up to your level, so to say, and in the skills and in the area of your natural ability, to kind of lift them up and raise them up to be confident and to be all they can be and to be a leader in that way. So that's why, Libra ruling your 7th house, it gives you that ability to put yourself in other people's shoes, so to say. And also you're going to want to attract those partners that are able to show you more of a vulnerable side to the human condition, and it allows you to have compassion for others' ideas, and how feedback is so important, and how being fair is of importance as well, because we don't want to kind of, on the flip side, win at any cost necessary. That's why Libra ruling your 7th house brings the quality of fairness and allowing others their time to talk, their time to shine, their time to reason. So then we move to your 8th house, and your 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. So with your 8th house being ruled by Scorpio, you're going to have this really penetrating energy that intimacy for you is going to be very deep and almost dark, and it's going to regenerate you. You'll get a lot of healing from sexual acts, or just, being intimate with your partner or people on a more deeper, intimate level here. You will get healing from that. As an Aries, it's a way to release some of your adrenaline, and you'll just get a lot of pleasure from sex, and there'll be a lot of release that comes from sex and healing, because the 8th house being ruled by Scorpio, this will help you regenerate and heal. As an Aries, you have a sex drive that is definitely heightened with your cardinal fire energy, and with Scorpio being the natural ruler of the 8th house, this is a way for you to kind of release some of that kind of dark pent-up energy, and also it's a way for you to just transform the energy and regenerate and heal the self. And also, there will be a lot of hidden and almost mysterious taboo subjects that are tied in with the resources you share with other people. So it's almost as if any kind of shared resources, there's going to be some sort of strong connection here with your resources being tied up with other people. So it'll be something that's just on a deeper level here. This could include some form of inheritance. So it doesn't, matter how you are affiliated with other people's resources. With Scorpio ruling your 8th house, there is something that is hidden, not talked about, secretive, that you aren't going to feel too comfortable with exposing here. So it's going to be very hush-hush, or there's going to be some sort of element to it, like I would say inheritance. It's like you don't want to talk about it, your shared resources. There's something very, not dark in a bad way, but there's something very just kind of just in the closet, not wanting to expose it, feeling as if it's not anyone's business. Touchy subject, we'll say. And also Scorpio ruling your 8th house here. I would say you're not really fazed by death, funerals. You're pretty well adjusted to the passing of others and souls transpiring out of the physical body. I've noticed with a lot of Aries Ascendants, they don't really cry at funerals. They're pretty comfortable with that whole process. Which is nice to know. And also, with Scorpio ruling your 8th house, taxes are going to be a topic that you're going to want to keep hidden as well. So, and I would say, you know, intimacy is something you like to keep private as well too. I would say your bedroom you like to keep private, even though you're very social and this, that, and the other. I would say, you know, your partnership, you're very possessive over, your intimacy, your bedroom, very possessive over. It's just things that you like to keep very private, away from others. You're the type of sign where you wouldn't want your partner to be left alone with your friends. Doesn't matter what sex you are. You're very guarded over that part of life or that part of a connection with others, so to say. So then your ninth house is ruled by Sagittarius. So you do have this desire to want to kind of explore higher education in a more philosophical way. You do like to learn about different cultures. You like to travel. You like to kind of be action oriented in the physical realm in that degree when it comes to gathering wisdom and education on a higher level. You want to experience it firsthand. You want to go to places and learn about certain religions and cultures and spirituality. You don't want to just do it home on the computer or within books. You want to actually go to certain places and be an archaeologist, or, you know, learn about different artifacts, or go to different countries and, you know, taste their food and be right front and center to understand what their culture is about and explore. You're definitely a natural explorer if you have an Aries Ascendant with Sag ruling your ninth house. And you're also very interested in philosophy, and you definitely have this free spirit when it comes to other people's beliefs and ideas. I'm sensing that, you know, Aries Ascendants, they do like to portray that what they do know is of value. However, I believe that Aries Ascendants do like to give other people the freedom to believe